But there are a whole host of high-profile players facing some key decisions this month. So let's get into it. Dharmesh, I want to start with you. Jadon Sancho. He's been a headache for Erik ten Hag for some time now. Are we coming to the end of divorce proceedings?
It's a good question, because the way this all started, the timing of it was horrendous as far as Manchester United were concerned, because it was just after the Arsenal-Manchester United game, September the 3rd. That's 2 days after the window actually closed. And since then, we've had, close to 4 months now, really, where Jadon Sancho hasn't featured at all. There's been a standoff between Erik ten Hag and Jadon Sancho. There seems to be no sign of a reconciliation between the pair. There is interest, tentative interest, I'm told, at the moment from clubs at home and abroad. However, in the past few minutes, our colleague Florian Plettenberg from Sky in Germany is reporting that Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund are working actively on a 6-month loan deal. That's only come from Sky Germany just now. We are making our own calls as well to try and stand that one up. But it's a situation that Manchester United don't want to find themselves in. We know they've got a history, some would say, of not being able to sell very well, let alone buy very well. This is £73 million worth of talent who could potentially go for no money at all. One significant issue with Jadon Sancho, as with any other signing, coming or going with Manchester United in this window, any loan move, any contract situation, any changes of manager or coaching staff, is that Ineos, who have now got a 25% stake, awaiting ratification, of course, they will have to be consulted before any big moves will happen. But as far as Jadon Sancho is concerned, as it stands, no sign of a reconciliation between him and his manager, potentially a move in the offing in January.
But Mark, there seemed to be no way that Ten Hag could work with Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire's back in the first team. There was no way that Ten Hag could work with Varane. He's back in the first team. Scott McTominay, same thing. Any chance that Sancho could come back?
I don't think so. I think there's been too much water under the bridge in this situation. It's been going on, like Dharmesh says, for in excess of 4 months now. He's not even training with the first team at the moment. He's also been, ushered away from the main first team environment at the training ground. So I think a loan is the most natural thing to get this sorted. It then allows Ineos time, when they get their feet under the table, to review the situation properly. And, of course, Jadon Sancho wants to play football. He needs to play football. He can't be just playing reserve football or be ostracised from a group for a long period of time, because it's going to massively affect his potential and his development and his mindset and mentality. So you get the feeling that a loan would suit all parties. However, it just depends on what clubs come to the table for Jadon Sancho and say, right, he's the man for us, let's do a deal with Manchester United. But you get the feeling that Erik ten Hag would be very happy to see the back of him.
And the comparison as well that you made with Harry Maguire, with Raphael Varane, the big difference was there was no falling out between Erik ten Hag and Harry Maguire, no falling out with Raphael Varane. In fact, quite the opposite. If you look at how Erik ten Hag has spoken about Harry Maguire in particular, he kept his head down, trained well, came back into the team and picked him ahead of the likes of Raphael Varane when it came to team selection, because Erik ten Hag said, I'm picking players on form. Harry Maguire has kept his head down, he's trained really well and he deserves to be in a team.
Yeah, absolutely.